Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your Devops SRE DevSecOps coach. The last topic is role, right? What is Ansible role? Guys, here I'm showing you just a small program, but if you look at the real-time projects, you may have so many tasks. I repeat, so many tasks, hundreds of those. You may have so many variables, hundreds of variables. You may have so many files used in the playbook. I have only one right now. You may have a lots of template files and you may have a lots of handler tasks in real time. So the question is, if it is let's say one person, okay, then you can keep it whichever way you want it. You can keep it variables the way you want it, task the way you want it, handlers, files, everything whichever way you want it. That's good. But you know what? You will write this code, develop this code and share with hundreds of engineers. Mind it, you have developed this code, so you know that where to modify what exactly. You know very well. But these hundreds engineers who's going to use your code, does he's having that knowledge, same knowledge what you have? No, of course not. So what do we do in this case? How do we know? How do we share the knowledge? How do we share the code? And without much of the complexity, my code should be understood by each one of you, and the same time, whole world. Because not only you share the code within a company, but you can share the code maybe in open source category. I mean, with the whole also with the whole world as well. So what do we do? So that is where there is one practice which we call it a management skills or organization skills. But for what? This is for tasks, this is for variables, this is for files, this is for template, this is for handlers. So what exactly role is? What is the role? Guys, role is a directory structure. Yes, it's just a structure. Now question is why? So this role directory structure will provide the fixed structure to keep the tasks, vars, files used in the playbook, templates used in the playbook, handlers, task used in the playbook. Simple. So this is the one directory and this is also one directory, subdirectory. Inside that you can keep it main.yaml, second.yaml. In this you can also keep it main.yaml, which will have all the variables. Default folder, there's spelling mistake, please ignore all of which. Default folder is also variables files, okay, which will contain main.yaml, where you have a variables. Why we have two places, we'll discuss. Files, here you will have index.html. All the files you can keep it xyz.sh. Here you have all the Jinga file .j2 files, and here you have a main.yaml again, which will contain all the handler task. Simple. What is role? Role is a directory structure. For what? For managing all the tasks, variables, default variables and variables, files, templates, handlers, and many more. And now if you share this whole code with someone else, now he knows that or she knows that, okay, all the tasks will be inside this, all the variables will be inside this, all the variables will be inside this, all the files will be inside this, all the templates will be in this, and handlers will be in with this, and if anyone wants to change anything, you can do that. Now the question is, why do we have a two directory for variables, vars and default? So default The variables is been added by developers. The one who developed the role, you can say first developer, and this is override by users of the role. Those who uses, they can override that variable. No need to modify the default value and so on. Are you understanding, all of you?
One question from my side. So in role could be such directories only, or some different as well,
No, it's a
or
fixed
only?
directory. Fixed directory structure. Else, if you make it a different, then again we'll have a problem, right? I'm not going to
Okay.
explain you the purpose of each directory, right? The moment you see that, you should understand.
Okay.
Right, right now. Okay, so now how do we create this skeleton? So manually also you can create, but there is a command has been given to create a role structure. Let me show you. Though I forgot actually. Ansible Galaxy. Enter. I'm just trying to recall the name. Role. Enter. I think it should be init actually. Let me check this. So Ansible Galaxy role init web. I forgot the command. I'm just trying to recall. Yeah, got it. Init means initialize one role. So there's one directory got created. You see here, and if I go inside this directory, tree, oh, tree is not there, right? How do we get it? Uh, Let me install this. Done. Okay, and then look at this. See here. Understand this? This is very important actually to all of you. This is all organization skills actually. See here. Here you can keep all the variables. Here also you can keep the variables. Now, if you're a developer of that role, you should keep it here. If you're a user, you should override it here. All the files used in the playbook you can keep inside this. All the handler task will go here. All the main task will go here. Template Jinga2 files you can bring here. Now this one you can talk about in this file. You can have your name, licensing agreement, how to use it, dependency, and many other stuff. Metadata we call it. This just you can ignore it. Test directory. This you don't need to know right now because it's not in integration testing. Simple. Now what we do in this case? Nothing great. I am going to copy all of my code in front of you to the skeleton which I created. So mind it. Where is the variables? Two variables. Let me copy vars main.yaml. Done. Completed. Now where is the task? These are the tasks. No section, okay? You will see that some of the code you will understand that, and just YAML is the only issue, so you will find it because I just got used to it, so I'm blindly doing it. And this is the one task for handlers. And handlers main.yaml. Only one handler, it can be multiple. And now I have one file used in index.html, which I'll go keep it in the files directory. cp dot index.html to files. Done. And one Jinga, this one is there. Jinga2 file, so cp dot to templates. Done. Now tree, look at this. So all the Jinga2 files you got it here. All the files you can keep it here, and rest of the things, simple. Now we all understand this architecture. We all understand the skeleton. Now we say, hey, we want to verify, change the variable. You know that you have to hit this place. No variables will be anywhere else but this one. If no need to give the path, automatically Ansible understand the path has to be taken from here. No need to give the path of the this one template files also, and everything as it is. This file you can modify your name, licensing agreement, and all stuff like that. So you'll see here you can specify your name, author, description, company detail, and few more dependent libraries. That's
One
all.
question.
So,
One question from my side. So if we don't have Ansible Galaxy, we can create this directory by manual, yeah. And if we don't need, for example, I don't know, files or templates, we can create only meta or tasks
yeah,
without, yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's possible. But the thing is, the moment you install Ansible, you will get a Galaxy also. You will get many executables along with the Galaxy. And manually also you can create. That's not a big deal, right? But I'm lazy actually. Okay, so now we got the roles. What is a role? Web roles. Here, come back. There is a role. We got it. The question is, how do we call a roles? How do we call a roles? And that is something which we need to understand. You know that already. Just need to recall actually. But you know what, guys? Role is the package kind of Ansible code which we share with the whole world. So I must tell you here one thing. You know what? The most of the code which you may think I need this role for installing a database, this role for installing XYZ or whatever it is. You know what? It has been written already. Yes, most of the rules has been written already. Thousands of rules has been written already. Where is that? So though you can find on the github.com for sure, but there is one portal which is called Ansible Galaxy. The same command which I run, they have a portal also, Ansible Galaxy. And you know what? Here you can find thousands and thousands of roles. See here, so many roles. Now you can search, filter. I don't think so I have to tell you by created development. You see how many roles you have it. Look at this yourself. 33,931 roles. You can upload your roles also here. Login, registration, all this thing. So now let me uh, uh, find a role which will install Java. So I don't want to write a Java role. I'm lazy, and I want to have a role which can install the Java in Linux, any version of Linux automatically. And I don't have a time to write a code, so let me write Java. And then so many roles has come, 320 roles has come. But you know what, I want to filter by download count so that way I can trust that code. And if you see that this guy Girling guy, he's the one who has written so many roles actually for the community. Every time he's writing a roles, maintaining the roles, and many things he's doing. So click on this roles, and you should read it. Don't rush to implement. Read it, have a pause, read about this. Okay, these are the some of variables, some dependency, how can you use it, Girling guy, everything you have an example here also. Good documentations. If you want to see their code, there's a GitHub repository. You can go here and then study the code. I must insist all of you, you should study this existing role, and you see that how the professionally the people are writing a role. See default, meta, task, template, vars, all these things. Go inside that and read each and every file stone in order to understand. Okay, and then if you see that a little bit more here, many things you will find it, right? So the question is, how do we download these rules? Though you can download this code actually directly, clone it, but there's a command given by Ansible which will download the rules. So copy this code And remember that I have a roles web in the current directory, and I'm downloading one role from Galaxy, which will install the Java. Done. Now don't rush. This is the place where you downloaded. This is the system default location. Okay. Uh, I mean user default location. My bad. System default locations also there. If you do Ansible hyphen version, you will find, you see that you can keep the roles in this directory also. This many places you have it. Not to confuse you. So what is the name of the role? Girling guy. Girling guy.java. So if you go inside this directory, you will find something like the one which I created just now, web. See here, see here, defaults, meta, task, template, bars, all these things, same. So now the question is, okay, I got the one rule which I developed, I got the one rule which Girling guy developed, and both rule I want to run it. How do we do that? And that is where, guys, you can use one playbook. Yes, I repeat, I told you many sections are there. So there is one section which is called roles. So not a task, not all this thing, but you'll have a roles. And here, 1 2 hyphen web 1 2 3 4 Girling guy. Where is that? Roles. So one will take from the current directory, another will read from the user home directory. That's all. Where you want to run it? Web. That's all. And this will call roles. So that means you are writing a playbook to call the roles. And now you can call as many roles you wanted. So here, this file, typically we call it a site.yaml. Okay, site.yaml. Here it is. And done. And now this is the one I'm going to call out. So I forgot the command. Ansible playbook. Here. And site.yaml. Site.yaml. And see, I'm running right now web1 in my inventory. And see, Girlinga is running now, you see, and it will install the default Java in this machine. In this machine, Java is not there, so it will install. We'll check that after installations. You see that I have not written even a single line of code and just use the someone else code, which I find reliable code, and then install whatever you want. Done. Now Java is there. Okay. Java hyphen version. Now just imagine, guys, beauty of Ansible. You just specify the different roles, and the machines where you want to run it, put it in inventory, and it can be hundreds of machines, and the magic is done. So you see that how Ansible is so powerful, so easy, and within a few hours, couple of hours, you can write a code to deploy your automations in hundreds of servers. Did you understand about the rules now?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's spend some time on Q&As. Feel free to ask any questions, and then after that we'll spend some time on the environment Q&As.
If we want to practice these labs and all that, is it okay to have a single VM and then create a Terraform from there? Or how do you suggest for learners how to do that?
uh, have one VM or two VM, that is sufficient.
Hmm.
And And the way, see what I did, inventory file is important, and this authentication is important, the one. Rest of the times, whether it's a same machine or different machine, is up to you.
It's a huge content for us to digest in short time, multiple topics all at once.
Yeah, I understand that this is something, yeah. Okay, so let me recap the stuff. So for you, I think it will be helpful for you. So, and any places where you feel no, you need a little bit clarifications, do let me know. So first thing I discuss about what is Ansible. Then we discuss about why Ansible, right? Then we discuss about how Ansible works. In other word, Ansible architecture. Okay, architecture. Now we discuss about later on. Then we discuss about how to install Ansible. Then we discuss about component of ACS. Then we discuss about inventory. Sorry, Ansible ad hoc commands. Then we discuss about Ansible modules, Ansible plugins, Ansible configuration file. Avoid the spelling mistake for time being. Config file. Then we discuss about Ansible playbook. Then we discuss about Ansible variables. Then we discuss about template. Then we discuss about handlers. Then we discuss about roles. And one more, probably we can say Ansible Galaxy. So this is something which we did it. Any questions anyone have which you want me to, you know, repeat or something like that?
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to ask you, let me share some of the reference before I close this because I have used in this session. So you remember that. Yeah. Okay. So now this is the stuff which I want to share with you as part of Ansible session. Now, some of the questions which I have already mentioned, I want you to write in your own word these questions. This one. Okay, just one or two lines of explanation. So that way your memory will have this whatever we covered, else we'll forget tomorrow. I'm damn sure about it. So if you practice a little bit today, probably you'll have it a little bit more reference in memory and get it done. So now, can you just do this? I'm just sharing with you.
have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.